You have been found guilty of the murder of your daughter, Scarlett Vickers, on the 5th of April 2024 in your family home. She was just 14 years of age, a normal, healthy young girl with a long life ahead of her when it was cut short by you. She died in the kitchen of her own home within minutes of having been stabbed. It went from an ordinary, happy family Friday night to tragedy within seconds due to what must have been your loss of temper. There is no other plausible explanation. You have never given a truthful explanation of what happened. This was a Friday night. After work, you'd smoked some cannabis and drunk some wine. I'm satisfied, given the evidence, you drank more than the 3/4 of a bottle of wine or 4 glasses that you've said you drank. Scarlett came home and was in her bedroom whilst you watched football on the television. You then joined Sarah Hall as she cooked your evening meal. Scarlett came downstairs at about 10:15 to join you in that small kitchen. She and her mother were throwing grapes. You wanted them to stop. Sarah Hall then pinched you on the bottom from behind with some cooking tongs. As you turned, she caught your finger with the tongs and you said, "Ow." Scarlett then said words to the effect of, "Dad, don't be a wimp." Sarah Hall turned her back to resume cooking and heard you say to Scarlett, "How would you like it?" Exactly what then happened, only you know. Scarlett said, "Ow, ow," and Sarah Hall turned to see her standing there injured. There was no knife in her, because I'm satisfied you'd taken it out as part of the stabbing motion. It would not have been possible for Sarah Hall to have missed it, unless it was already back on the kitchen surface where you placed it and where it was later noted to be when the paramedics arrived. I have no doubt that you had hold of the knife before, during, and after Scarlett was stabbed. Scarlett died as a result of a single knife wound to the left side of her chest. To stab Scarlett, you must have been close to her. She was also stabbed in part of her chest, normally protected by the arm. After being stabbed, Scarlett stood in the area close to the back door before she collapsed. As Sarah Hall said, the last thing she must have seen was panic on your faces. Simon Vickers, you've given different accounts of what has happened. Specifically, that she was stabbed by accident, that you've been throwing knives, that you'd thrown a spatula or tongs, that Scarlett lunged towards the knife, and that you were swiping tongs along the kitchen surface. Indeed, the unconvincing and wholly implausible version of events you gave to the jury involved you swiping tongs along the kitchen surface before them flying up into the air, and that you'd not even been aware of a knife before or after Scarlett suffered injury. Indeed, you said knife wasn't in any equation except when Sarah Hall had been cutting onions. For the grave offence of murder, there is only one sentence by law that I can pass, and that is imprisonment for life. The clock cannot be turned back. You must now face the consequences that the law dictates. Simon Vickers, for the murder of Scarlett Vickers, I sentence you to life imprisonment. You will serve a minimum term of 15 years, less the 217 days you have served on remand. You may go down.